Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. Welcome, everybody, to the Battle Club Guys podcast. I'm your host, the Battle Club Guy. This will be my WWE Survivor Series War Games predictions episode, as WWE Survivor Series War Games takes place live this Saturday at 6 p.m. So I'm going to run down the card, give my predictions for each match. But first off, I want to say happy Thanksgiving Eve, everybody. Thank you for joining me. We have Beast the Goat in the chat, throwing up the ones. What's up, Beast? And as always, this is the Battle Club Guys podcast. I'm your host, the Battle Club Guy. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at the Battle Club Guy. Check out the Instagram, the Battle Club Guy. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The Battle Club Guys podcast on YouTube. I just uploaded a highlights video from GCW Dream On at the American Dream Mall. I attended that show. It was a great show, man. It was like WCW at Mall of America vibes. It was great. It was so cool. So definitely check that out. So let's get into it. WWE goes to war this Saturday. It's Survivor Series War Games. As of today, we have 5 matches announced. 2 women's War Game matches. One women's War Game match, and 1 men's War Games match. 2 War Games matches, and we have some title matches. So let's get into it. Let's start off with the women. Women's War Games. It's Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Bayley. Bayley replaced Jade Cargill because Jade Cargill got attacked backstage. Jade Cargill is out for 3 months. They said Jade Cargill might miss WrestleMania. Jade Cargill is currently women's tag team champions with Bianca Belair. The rumors are coming out from WrestleVotes that Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair will be stripped of those women's tag team titles. And Team Rhea will be taking on Team Liv Morgan. It's Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. It's going to be a great match, man. I love War Games. If you're not familiar with War Games, you got 2 rings. You got this big giant steel structure over both rings. Who wins this match? I'm going to say Rhea Ripley's team will defeat Liv Morgan's team. Rhea Ripley came back early from injury. She has that Batman-looking mask on, that dashing Cody Rhodes mask on because her face is broken. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez broke Rhea Ripley's face. So I think Io Sky is going to jump off of something. I think Bianca Belair is going to power slam Nia Jax. I think it's going to be a great match. So in the end, my pick to win Women's War Games is Team Rhea Ripley, and I think Rhea Ripley, after this victory, will go on to cement herself back into like the top of the Raw Women's division, right? As we move closer to the Royal Rumble in January, Rhea Ripley could win the Women's Royal Rumble and go on to WrestleMania and get her title back. We have a 3-way for the Intercontinental Championship. It's the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. He's defending his Intercontinental Championship against the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser, he's doing pretty good. He's got himself in a title match. Sheamus is a former Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion. Braun Breaker has just been spearing his way through the division. And I think Braun Breaker will continue his reign as Intercontinental Champion. I don't see Braun Breaker losing this match. I think Braun Breaker retains in this match. It's going to be a good match, a good triple threat match. And I think Braun Breaker will. I don't know. I know they said Goldberg's going to have one last match. So are we going to get Goldberg versus Gunther? I think Goldberg versus Braun Breaker would be a fun match. I don't know what's next for Braun Breaker after Survivor Series. I don't know if he gets a match at Saturday Night's Main Event next month. But in the end, my pick to win and retain his Intercontinental Championship is Braun Breaker. For the United States Championship, it's the United States champion, LA Knight. Yeah, he's defending his United States Championship against a returning Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, this Shinsuke Nakamura that returned, he had all black on. He had the black, like, eyeshadow, the face paint. You know, this is like heel Nakamura. This is New Japan strong Nakamura. This is badass, knock your head off Nakamura. You know, not to take anything against LA Knight, not to take anything away from LA Knight's title run. I just haven't been feeling it. Maybe it's just me. Beast the Goat says the United States title match has no build at all. It doesn't. You're right, Beast. It has no build at all. This match came out of nowhere. But to me, the way Nakamura returned, I think Shinsuke Nakamura will win the United States Championship this Saturday at WWE Survivor Series. I think this is a rebuild for Shinsuke. You know, Shinsuke Nakamura is a great wrestler. Shinsuke Nakamura, when they let Shinsuke Nakamura go, that boy cooks, man. So my pick to win and become the new United States champion this Saturday at WWE Survivor Series is Shinsuke Nakamura. Let's keep the title matches going for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It's a WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He's a ring general. Gunther. He's defending his World Heavyweight Championship against former World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest. Now Damian Priest, he lost. He lost the world title. Damian Priest, he's no longer in the Judgment Day, right? It's Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley. They're the Terror Twins. You got the Judgment Day, led by there's no leaders in the Judgment Day, but you got the Judgment Day with my boy Finn Balor, JD, Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, Carlito. Finn Balor lost to Damian Priest at Bad Blood, which I was in attendance for. I don't think Finn Balor and Damian Priest are done. I don't think they're done by a long shot. So, that being said, Gunther, I don't think Gunther's losing that world title for a long time. Now, if you guys remember, after CM Punk defeated Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood Hell in a Cell match, CM Punk said that he was coming for Gunther. He said he was coming for that world title. So that tells me Gunther retains his world title this Saturday at Survivor Series. And I do believe Finn Balor in the Judgment Day will have a factor in that match. I do believe Finn Balor in the Judgment Day will cost Damian Priest his match. And maybe next month at WWE Saturday Night's Main Event, I think we could get CM Punk versus Gunther for that World Heavyweight title. And I think we could get Finn Balor, maybe Demon Finn Balor, versus maybe this dark Damian Priest. You know, Damian Priest has that new shirt with that mask on it. Maybe Damian Priest wears that mask and we can do Finn Balor, Damian Priest round 2. And it's the battle of the spooky guys. But in the end, this Saturday, my pick to win and retain that World Heavyweight Championship is the ring general, Gunther. In the main event, it's the men's War Games match. We have Civil War Games. It's the OG bloodline led by Roman Reigns. He has Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. He has Sammy Uso. And he has the best in the world, the original Paul Heyman guy, CM Punk. They're taking on the bloodline, or the new bloodline, whatever you want to call them. It's Solo Sikoa, the fake tribal chief. You got the Wolverine, Jacob Fatu. You got the Tongans, Tama Tonga, Loa. And you got Big Bronson Reed. Hot damn, this is going to be a great match. I'm sure this will be the main event. Now, there's a lot of factors with this match, right? You know, you got Roman Reigns. He's Paul. Paul Heyman is Roman Reigns' wise man. But you got CM Punk. CM Punk's the original Paul Heyman guy. So can CM Punk and Roman Reigns, can they coexist? Roman Reigns and CM Punk, they're going to be in a battle for who loves Paul Heyman the most. And you got Paul Heyman. He has the suit on that Solo Sikoa had on. Paul Heyman loves to turn on people at Survivor Series. Paul Heyman has turned on the Big Show for, turned on Brock Lesnar. Sometimes Paul Heyman can be a little sneaky. So is Paul Heyman going to turn? And like Beast the Goat said, who called Paul Heyman? Because Roman tried calling Paul Heyman, and that number said, sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. So that's a great point, Beast. Who called Paul Heyman? And now on top of Roman and CM Punk fighting for Paul Heyman's love, right? You got Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins turned down the bloodline. Now, yes, Seth Rollins isn't in this match, but Seth Rollins hates Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins isn't done with CM Punk. Could Seth Rollins cost Roman and CM Punk the match? Now, I don't think Paul Heyman is going to turn. I don't. I don't think Seth Rollins will get involved in that match. Maybe somehow gets involved in it. But here's what I think is going to happen. The man I think that is going to help Solo Sikoa and his bloodline defeat the original bloodline is the same man that returned at Bad Blood, is the same man who is the final boss, is the same man whose jacket I have on right now, and that is The Rock. Because when The Rock returned at the end of Bad Blood, he pointed at the ring, he pointed at Roman, Cody, there's fan footage of Solo Sikoa telling the Tongans that when The Rock came back, it's all part of the plan. Now, Roman and CM Punk, Paul Heyman is Roman's wise man. Who is Solo's wise man? I think The Rock is Solo's wise man. I think The Rock is going to insert himself into this War Games match. Maybe Bronson Reed gets taken out and they need a fifth man during the match. Maybe everyone on Team Roman takes out Bronson Reed. Oh shit, now it's 5-on-4. Who's going to save Solo? I think The Rock's going to come out. I think The Rock's going to help Solo Sikoa and his bloodline defeat Roman Reigns. And I think this will set up the WrestleMania match down the line between the final boss, The Rock, and the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, non-title, at WrestleMania, and we're off to the races because The Rock is done filming the live-action Moana movie. The Rock said he'll show up when it's right for him to show up. And I think The Rock and Survivor Series go hand in hand. Survivor Series is a pay-per-view where The Rock made his debut. Survivor Series is going to be sold out. Vancouver, British Columbia, the Rogers Center is going to be packed. And I think WWE will capitalize on this, star power of The Rock like they did with Bad Blood, because no one's expecting The Rock to show up. Everyone's saying Paul Heyman's going to turn on Roman Reigns, and that's where everyone's head's at. No one's thinking about The Rock. I'm thinking about The Rock. So, in the end, my pick to win the men's War Games match is the Bloodline with Solo Sikoa, and I think Survivor Series is going to end with The Rock standing side by side with Solo Sikoa over a fallen Roman Reigns. We have a live comment here from Beast the Goat. B said, I would have loved Brock Lesnar over Punk in this match. Beast, I think if the circumstances were different for Brock Lesnar would have been the guy, because Roman and Brock have that history. They fought each other so many times for the title. Brock with Paul Heyman during the Brock and Roman stuff. But I think with all the allegations, it's just not going to work right now. But yes, Brock would have been great. So there you go, folks. I'm going to say thank you for joining me on this Thanksgiving Eve. That has been my WWE Survivor Series War Games predictions episode. WWE Survivor Series War Games takes place live this Saturday. Special 6 p.m. start time because they're in Canada. So 6 p.m. Eastern on Peacock. I think it's going to be a great time, man. I love these early pay-per-views. WWE is the hottest ticket in town right now, and I think Survivor Series will deliver. Well, as always, folks, I'm going to say thank you for joining me. As always, this is the Battle Club Guys podcast. I'm your host, the Battle Club Guy. As always, follow me on Twitter at the Battle Club Guy. Check out the Instagram, the Battle Club Guy. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The Battle Club Guys podcast on YouTube. Keep it locked to all my social medias because 2 weeks from this Saturday, the Battle Club Guys December to Dismember tour kicks off live. Me and my mom will be in attendance at WWE's Saturday night's main event because the Saturday Night Obsession is coming back, baby. Long Island, New York, Nassau Coliseum, the home of the first ever Saturday night's main event. We will be in attendance for that. First match has been announced. The undisputed champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, taking on KO, Kevin Owens. Can't wait to see that match. This Saturday, WWE goes to war. It's Survivor Series War Games. Will Rhea Ripley take out Liv Morgan in that Women's War Games match? And it's Bloodline Civil War Games. Will Roman Reigns in the OG Bloodline take out Solo Sikoa in the new Bloodline? Where does Paul Heyman stand? And will we see the final boss? And will we see that The Rock is Solo Sikoa's wise man? We'll find out live this Saturday. It's going to be Survivor Series War Games. Till next time.